Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here on my channel today. I am so excited to be back doing this collab with Tamara from the Paper and Pen Girls. She invited me to join in. I also am so excited about the theme she chose for this year, which is how to get the most out of your planner. And so I today am going to be talking about the notes pages. I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like the notes pages are the scariest thing. It's so much freedom. I want them to be cute and I want to do something useful with them. I don't want to waste those pages. They sometimes just go unused because I don't feel like I know how to dive in. So today I'm going to be sharing some ways that you can use those notes pages in the back of your planner. But before I get started with that, I want to give permission to just use notes pages as notes pages. You do not have to do these creative setups or have some spectacular anything being done on the notes pages. I've definitely had moments. I'm going to show you some in here. Some are cuter than others, but I've also just used them as like pen testing. This is obviously pen testing. I've taken, here's me just messily writing down a sticker order that I needed to finish up for my sticker shop. So you do not have to do anything fancy in these. They can be just a functional notes page, scribble space, place for you to put your brain. You do not have to do super creative things. But if you're like me and doing those sorts of things brings you joy, then I want to give you some ideas today on how to do it. I'm going to give you some that I have drawn out. Some are pre-sticker shop while I was in nursing school. They're years old. I probably would do them a little bit different now, but they're good ideas and things that I would use in the long run. Some you can see I started and didn't finish. And so that works too. Sometimes it just doesn't work. But yes, let's get started. So one of the things I do with my notes pages is shown here. This was just a list of goals that I wanted to work on that month. So I just sat down, I put some dots down and just wrote some ideas for goals that I wanted to work on when school started for the kids. So we like create a chores system, phones and computer system, homework and chores each day, like things I wanted to have in the system. So listing out your goals or using it as a goal setting area is a great way to do it. Generally, most planners give you enough pages that you could probably do one per month, but you could do them quarterly. You can do goals however it works for you, annual goals, whatever. So I think I just wrote this when the kids were going back to school, things that I wanted to work on. I was also in nursing school at this time, so it was for me and for the kids. So that's just one idea. This is one of my older planners, and I just did a lot of more creative notes pages things in the back. On this, I made a spring and summer bucket list, things I wanted to do with my family, and a fall and winter bucket list. And there's nothing fancy here. This was pre my sticker shop. I think I just used stickers that I got through Erin Condren and put a washi down and a piece and a sticker, and this is all just written by hand. So you could do bucket lists. I love doing seasonal bucket lists. I still do seasonal bucket lists now, and I'll show you one that I've done in the future. I did a weight loss tracker over here. You can see I fell off of that, but it was a good idea to begin with. Never quite got it. I was in nursing school at the time, and so focusing on weight loss was not a priority, obviously. I lost 2 pounds. I probably lost more, or I gained. I don't know. But this didn't become a priority to me. But I like how I did this. So I just wrote down the pounds that I wanted to lose. One thing that I really like, I guess I made like a game board here, which I think is kind of cute. And then every 5 pounds-ish, it looks like I messed up there, I was planning on splurging. So it says it down here, like I would splurge. This is a Disney savings tracker. And as I saved, I was filling in Mickey. This was a fun one that I did. This is a weekly savings tracker, and my goal was to save $1,000. Each of these there's 52 squares here, and each of them has a different dollar amount in it. So this is $20, $7, $19, and I highlighted them in as I saved that amount, and by the end of the year, I had $1,000, and it was so easy. So that was a really fun one, and I just picked one every week to do. Here's another one that I make every year. I do a list of house projects. We don't get to all of these, but it's just kind of a dream list of things I want to do in each of the rooms in our house. And I add to and change as each year happens, but I always make one of these every single year. I usually do something like this every year as well. So I have 5 kids, and each of my kids gets a square, and then I fill in as the year goes on, things they ask for, things they might bring up. If they have an interest, it will go here. So by the time that Christmas or their birthday comes around, I have a whole list of ideas here that I can use. This is something I do to this day. Every single month, I do this on one of my notes pages. I keep track of my online orders, and I always separate it into 4 columns. The shop that I buy from, the item I purchased, when it ships, and when it's delivered. So I can keep track of all of those things that I am buying online. Just the act of writing down as I spend helps me kind of rein in the spending and budget a little bit. Even though I'm not a great budgeter, this is a way for me to just keep in my head that I've been overspending or that I have enough to spend as the month goes on. So I love doing that. I do this every single month. It also helps me just keep track of when the item arrives. Here's some other notes pages that I did. This is another example of one of those home projects lists. I just separated out all of the rooms. It looks kind of similar to my other one. And I've done planning purchase tracker. This year I had a goal to only buy 2 planner related purchases a month. And so I was keeping track of how much I was spending on those each month. And then I also had this social media post in pixels, and I would write when I posted like a planner layout or no post or a product post or a review post. And so I kept track of it in that way. And I love doing these like color tracker things. They're kind of fun. So when I've shown my notes pages in the past, I've had people say, that's too much work. I would never set it up like that. So one thing that I have done is I offer big sticker sheets like this now. They come just in one giant sheet, and you can stick them on your pages in the back of your book or in your notes pages throughout the month. But there are quite a few shops that do this now, including mine. And it just is an automatic cute notes page. You can make the pages the way that you want. So they come in big sticker sheets like this. So I have like weather trackers and sleep trackers and books I've read, and you can rate them. And I mean, there's a ton of different ones. Let me show you some of the ones I've put in my current planner that I'm setting up. So as I've been setting up my next planner, I have put some of these big ones down. So I love this one, My Ideal Week. You could also just draw this out yourself. So this is just a time blocking, like your ideal schedule if you could. And so I have one for the first half of the year and then one for the second half of the year because things change. And I also have set up a cleaning routine. Here's the home projects again. If you don't want to draw it out, you can just get one of these big stickers. The scripture study tracker, books to read, I have that one down. This is a workout tracker, and then there's a key over here, so I'm going to color code these different types of workouts so I can see when I went and what I did. I have a weekly weigh-in one. Here's some bucket lists with headers that I've set up, so I have one for each season. And then I've just been like planning out some other ones that I want to put down. Another thing that I did in the back here, for one of my jobs, we do monthly meetings. So I have this little title page that I made. These are just stickers. And then I put the months at the top so I can actually take notes for that job and what we have said in each month, and I can look back on because I often do need to refer back to our old meetings. The last thing isn't really a notes page, but it's something that is in a lot of our planners. And I think a lot of us don't utilize this page because we have our contacts in our phones, but this is actually the contact page that comes in your planner. And so it has the name, and then there's like a phone and an email. And what I did is on the name, I put the people I'm going to be doing Christmas gifts for and put my gift guide up there and some Santas. And I'm actually going to keep track of what I purchased these people for Christmas. It's a way to utilize that contact page if we don't keep our contacts back there. And I've done this for several years now. I really, really like doing that. So I hope you enjoyed. I would love to know how you are using your notes pages. If you have some good ideas of what you do in the back of your planner, I would love to hear them because I am always looking for better ways to utilize those pages. Hello to all of you who came over from Becca's channel. And tomorrow it is going to be Rochelle. Just Rochelle W is tomorrow's video. I will have her link below, as well as every day's videos will all be linked below so you can go and watch them. This is such a fun tradition. Thank you again to Tamara for setting this up. I am so thrilled to be included again this year, and I will talk to y'all very soon. See you, bye.